Hey guys, Mike Croft here, Money Coach Mike here, and today in this video, I want to show you how easy it is really to become a millionaire. And I know a lot of people are like, Mike, really, is it that easy? Mathematically, it's that easy. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to do this mathematics here. But the truth is, for the majority of people out there, the reasons they won't hit millionaire status or multiple six-figure status is simply not because of the math, but because of limiting beliefs, self-sabotage, bad habits, bad behaviors around money, specifically around money, but there's other bad habits, behaviors, but more around money here, just like using credit cards when we know we shouldn't be using credit cards, spending more than we should make, that type of stuff here. And really the inner world. And what I mean by inner world here is all those habits, limiting beliefs, self-sabotage, all that stuff here. And the truth is, guys, what you got to understand is if you've got 5, 10, 15, 20 years of doing it the wrong way, it doesn't just switch like that. You don't just say, okay, boom, today I'm going to do it the right way, right? It really takes an overhaul of the identity around how you view money, how you feel about money. A lot of times people don't understand, how they grew up around money, what your parents did, what your parents didn't do, what they thought about, what they hid, what they taught you, what they didn't teach you, has a big effect on where you are today. And so please understand that becoming a millionaire is simple, it's easy, but unless you change that identity, unless you change, those habits, behaviors, all that inner world stuff that we just talked about here, it's going to be very difficult for you to do that. All right. And so I'm going to show you the math and how easy it is, but also understand if you've got, just that self-sabotage thing going on, bad habits, bad behaviors, if you tried doing a budget and failed, if you tried getting out of debt 5 times now, New Year's resolutions type of stuff, and you continue to fail, there's something bigger going on than just information of how to do something. All right. And so here, I'm going to show you right now, I'm going to pull up my investment calculator. This is what I use to calculate my investments. And just so you guys know, I've got funds that I average that are doing 15%. So I do my lessons and I teach people based off of 10 to 12%. I've got funds doing 15. In fact, I had a fund last year that did 90%. Does it do it every year? No, it's not going to do 90% every year, but last year it did 90%. Other years it's done 20, some years it's done -12, right? It's bounced around, but on average, the fund's been around for about 20 years. On average, it's done about 15.4% over its 20-year history. So we're talking long-term here, right? I'm not talking about getting rich quick. That's not what we do, right? We're not a get rich quick company, but we do want to help people become rich and become wealthy, because the truth is, this day and age, if you do not have $1 million in the bank account, like my generation, I forget what we are, Gen Z or whatever, we're not Gen X. I don't know what we are. But, if you're mid 30s, basically, if you're anywhere from born in the 1980s, to 1990s, if you're my generation or younger, or even if you're in the Gen X's or the Gen Zs, sorry, I'm still screwing up the generations here. But if you were born in the 70s, you're going to need $1 million. I mean, let's be honest, like $1 million is not that much. 20, 30 years ago, $1 million was huge. This day and age, $1 million, a house costs $1 million in some places now, right? Where I live, a starter home is $500,000, where 10 years ago, a starter home was $250,000. You see what I'm getting at here, right? So for all those that aren't on track to become millionaires before they retire, buckle up and take this seriously, because you're going to need a good income, because relying on CPP if you're Canadians, or social, what I call insecurity, but Social Security if you're Americans, is not enough anymore. It doesn't even cover rent anymore. At one point in time, you can cover rent and a bit of food. It doesn't even cover that anymore. And so the importance to become wealthy, the importance to get out of debt, the importance to really figure out your limiting beliefs, your habits and behaviors around money, what's causing you to stay stuck. And you doing a budget is not causing you to stay stuck. I'm just going to say that budgeting, learning if it's the debt snowball or debt avalanche method to get out of debt, that's not the reason you're stuck. There's something else going on here and in here that's causing you to be stuck. And until you get over what's in here and here, you're not going to make progress like this. But let me show you how this works. Okay. Once you get the inner world all dialed in, get everything set up here. This is how this works. Okay. So let's just say you're 20 years old. Okay. And you plan to retire at 65. Now, if you were born after 1967, the new retirement age is 67. In fact, we're seeing a lot of people work well into their 70s because they can't afford to fully retire anymore. But let's call it 65 just to make it simple. That's 45 years, 20 to 65. Okay. And let's just say you were to average 150, you were to put $150 a month into retirement. So that means you would have zero saved today, but you're going to contribute $150 a month. Now, I'm doing an average of 15 on funds. If you go with a bank, you're going to get an average of 4 or 5. Most financial advisors, I don't know. You got to find a good financial advisor, right? But I'm going to go 12 in this example. 12% from age 20 to 65 should absolutely be doable, right? In fact, the S&P 500 has done about, let's see here, roughly 12. It's done about like 11.5% over the last 30 years. So you should be able to, in my opinion, you should be able to beat the S&P 500. Your financial advisor doesn't like that I say that, but in my opinion, if your financial advisor can't beat it, I don't know if they're really worth what they're charging. But anyways, that's a whole nother conversation. Let's walk this. Look at that number right there. $150, 12% from age 20 to 65. Okay, that's 45 years, $3.2 million. Now, if you go and do this with a bank, like I said earlier, the bank's going to do about 4% for you. This is the big difference. 20 to 65, $150, $226,000 getting 4% rate of return. That's what a bank will get you. GICs, guaranteed income certificates, all that stuff, certificate of deposits will never get you anywhere near becoming wealthy, right? But again, 12%, let's call it 10%. Let's just say you underperform the market. That's $1.5 million at $150 a month. You can make $150 a month like doing anything these days. You can work minimum wage and make $150 a month. That's easy. And that's how easy this is. Now you might say, well, Mike, I'm not in my 20s anymore. I might be in my 30s like you, or I might even be in my 40s. So let's walk this backwards. Let's talk. What does it mean to be now? Let's call it 30. So this is 35 years. $150 at 10% does not get you 1.5 million. It gets you just over 500,000. Not bad. But again, if you're in your 30s and your 20s, and if you're in your early 40s, that's unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be enough. And I'm going to show you why in a sec here. I'm going to show you why you want to have more than this in a second, how to use your retirement, okay? Again, let's do 12%, $150 a month from age 30 to 65. Look, 2% more gets you almost to that $1 million mark. So even at 30 years old, $150 a month still gets you a great outcome, right? I mean, almost $1 million at 12%. That's huge over 35 years, $150 a month. And check this out. Your total contributions is only $63,000. Your total growth, $900,000. Albert Einstein said it the best. Time and compound interest, or everybody say, yeah, time and compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. Those who understand it, earn it. Those who don't, pay it. All right. I want you to understand those who understand it, earn it, aka they invest, they grow. Those who don't, they pay it, aka it's called credit card debt. It's called lines of credit. It's called student loans, car loans. They pay it. And people stay stuck in that cycle. So even if you're 30 years old and you're watching this, 12% at $150 gets you almost to $1 million. I mean, and again, if you average what some of my funds have averaged, 15%, $2.2 million. Now, I'm not going to say you're going to get 50%. You know, most funds won't get you there. I've got funds that are doing it. My risk profile is different. And we teach this in our one-on-one, we teach this in one-on-one coaching, how to really get your risk profile to get the right funds for what you can tolerate in the market. But, 12% should be doable. Okay. Almost $1 million. Now, what if you're in your 40s? Check this out. Okay. So you've got 25-year timeline now, $150 a month at 12% gets you just over $250,000. So $280,000. Total contributions, $45,000. Total growth, $236,000. Not bad. It's still good, but I don't think it's enough anymore. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, hey, you could live off of this. But you can't live off of this and retire anymore. Not these days when people are living well into their 80s and 90s. We're living longer than we've ever lived before. Right. And so you got to understand, if you do retire at 65, and when I say retire, I mean, maybe you go and work part-time somewhere, maybe you retire into something which you've always dreamed to do. Right. But you're probably not doing the regular 9 to 5 kind of, job sort of situation. Right. $281,000 is not enough. So what do you got to do once you're 40? Well, here's an idea. Most people who are 40 have this: car payments. The average car payment right now is about the average new car payment is about $500. The average used car payment about $420. What if you were to get rid of that car payment and add $500 to your portfolio here? So instead of doing 150, you can now do 650 a month from age 40 to 65 at 12%. Boom, we get you back up to $1.2 million. Cool, right? That's pretty cool, right? From 40 years old, it's not too late. If you're in your 40s, it's not too late. Here's something else a lot of people have who are in their 40s: a lot of debt. We work with a lot of people similar to you all the time who come into our program and they've got $50,000, $70,000, $100,000, $200,000 of consumer debt: credit cards, car loans, lines of credit, student loans, home equity lines of credit. That's a debt, as well. And our goal in our program is to get people debt free for good. Not get you debt free and you slide back in. That's what happens. Most people can get debt free, but they can't stay debt free. They slide back in. And over time, those old habits, behaviors, the identity, limiting beliefs all come back in and they fall back. Our goal is to get you debt free and then keep you debt free. And we walk you through exactly how to do that. We help you do it. We get you there. We try and get people debt free within 24 to 36 months. All consumer debt gone. Most people carry about $1,000 a month in debt payments. So that could be a car loan and credit card. That could be multiple credit cards, whatever it is. What if you were to free up $1,000 a month? Work the program here, free $1,000 a month, and be able to, start to invest $1,000 a month. What does that look like for you? Check this out. From age 40 to 65, $1.8 million. So you can almost say that credit card payments, student loans, lines of credit is costing you $1.8 million, because most people, even though they don't plan to stay in debt their whole lives, they fall into a cycle where debt becomes normal, payments become normal. And what happens is they live their whole lives. They don't plan to, but they end up living their whole lives in some sort of payment. I talk to people all the time who has been like, how long have you been in debt for? 20 years. My whole life, my whole marriage. It's like they've been in debt their whole life. And so they've never had a life without payments. Well, this is how much from age 40 to 65 payments could be costing you. Debt payments, $1.8 million. And here's the best part. This is your compound interest and this is your growth here. Contributions are $300,000. Total growth is $1.5 million. The growth, Albert Einstein, compound interest and time is the eighth wonder of the world. There's your compound interest and time right there, $1.5 million. Okay. Now, what do you do if you're in your 50s and you're watching this? We work with a lot of people who are getting close to retirement. Okay. And 50s, 55, you're starting to think more about retirement than before, right? Type of thing. Well, let's do the scenario at, again, let's do it at $150 a month. Let's say you're in debt here. Okay, 50 to 65, that's 15 years. Okay, 12% interest, $150 a month gets you squat diddly. Okay, $74,000. I'm sorry, it's not enough. Okay, anyone financial advisor, anybody bank tells you that that's good for you. 2 thumbs down. This is not enough. You will starve in retirement. You will live a life of government pension, government services. And I'm not knocking it if you're there, but my goal for you is for you to live a life that's prosperous. That's a life of abundance. That's a life where you never have to worry or be stressed about money again. That's my goal. So if that's not your goal, cool. Skip, watch something else. If that is your goal, continue watching here because I want to show you how to turn this around. Again, the average person carries a car payment. What if we were to get rid of your car payment and put $650 a month at 12%? That gets you about $324,000. A lot better, but not perfect. What if we were to do $1,000 a month? Get rid of all your debt. You work the plan. You're debt free in 24 months. You free up an extra $1,000 a month here. Boom, $500,000. Hey, a lot better than $74,000, right? But how do we get you to $1 million? What does it take to get to $1 million from age 50 to 65? 15 years. Let's try $1,500 a month. Let's see what happens there. Cool. $750,000 at $1,500 a month. Maybe we get you into funds that are doing 15%. Boom! 15% gets you to that $1 million mark. Right? That's one way to get there. Another way to get there is what if we were able to put $2,000 a month? does that get us there? Oh my gosh, that gets us right at the line from age 50 to 65. That's 15 years, $2,000 a month, get you there. And how do people do it at age 50? I love that you asked the question. What we found is most people that we work with, it takes them 24 to 36 months. So 2 to 3 years to become consumer debt free. From that point on, it takes roughly about another 7 years to become mortgage free. And most people are paying $1,500, $2,000, $2,500 on a mortgage. So if you were to become mortgage free in your 50s, this is how you can still become a millionaire. You know, 2,000. What if we did $2,500 a month? Again, you're mortgage free now. You're debt free. There's no car payments. We've got plans to pay cash for cars, all that stuff. Okay. Right. What does that look like here? Boom. $1.2 million. Okay. So it is absolutely, no, the cool thing is like, here's the thing. At age 50, you're not doing $150. If you're 20 years old and you're watching this, start putting $150 away today, and you will become a millionaire. If you're older, 30s, 40s, 50s, even if you're in your 60s, $150 isn't going to do it. But here's the mathematics behind it. And that's why I say it's easy. And maybe I shouldn't use the word easy. I should say this. It's simple to become a millionaire this day and age. It's not easy because you've got, this is the outer world stuff. This is all the stuff. This is the mathematics. This is like, 1 + 1 = 2. What you've got to work on if you want to become a millionaire and stay a millionaire and live a millionaire lifestyle, have that millionaire mindset, all that stuff, you've got to really work on the inner world. Like we talked about, your habits, behaviors, your mindset, your limiting beliefs, your self-identity, all the things you've accumulated through imitating your parents, through watching your parents, through just being in an environment. If you haven't grown up in a successful environment, that's another thing causing you to stay stuck. Again, a budget's not going to make you become a millionaire. It's going to help you manage it. Budgeting isn't going to make you a millionaire. The debt snowball isn't going to make you a millionaire. It's just a way to manage your money. And it's cool. I love the debt snowball. I love budgeting. They work. But that's not going to cause you to become a millionaire. What's going to cause you to become a millionaire is working on here and here. And that's what we do in our signature coaching program. We teach you, we give you all the other stuff, budgeting, debt snowball, debt avalanche, what's best, all that stuff, how to do that, how to do the math like this, become a millionaire. But then we really focus in on what's going on here. And I'm pointing to my chest. You can't even see that. I'm pointing to my heart. I'm pointing to my brain. And that's why people get the big success. So here's a question. Are you looking to pay off $10,000 to $20,000 in the next 6 months? Are you looking to get on a plan where you don't have to live in fear and anxiety and stress and shame? Maybe you're like some of our clients have sleepless nights. Maybe that's where you are. Maybe it's not. I don't know. If you are sick and tired of that, if you want to gain control of your finances, you want to live a life like this right here, this scenario right here, where you can become a millionaire, retire a millionaire. I'm going to show you why that's important in 1 sec here. But if you want to live a life like that, that's what our program can do for you. Okay, this isn't a get out of debt program. Yeah, we're going to show you how to get out of debt. That's an outcome of the program becoming debt free. It's not a get out of debt program. It's not a budgeting program. It's a change your life and transform your finances program. Okay, now let me answer the last question. Why is it important that you become a millionaire? I want you to check this out. Let's just say you do end up retiring at 65. Okay. And let's just walk this scenario right here, the 1.2. Let's just say you get 1.2, 48950. Let's just call it that. Oops, let's do this. 1,2,4,8,950. Okay. And you contribute nothing ever again. Okay. The contributions is 0. We call this the nest egg, right? If you've ever read the book, The Golden Goose That Laid the Egg, that goose that laid an egg every year, laid a golden egg. This is your goose right here. This $1.2 million is your goose. And here's what happens. Let's just say at this point, we go into low risk. You average 7%, which is so doable. 7% on average year over year. Some years you might hit 10, some years you might hit 5, but you average 7%. Check this out. That $1.2 million will now produce for you $90,000 of growth every year. which means that $1.2 million, you never touch the $1.2 million. And every year it lays a golden egg of $90,000 for the rest of your life. $90,000 every year. Here you go. 90,000. Here you go. 90,000. Here you go. 90,000 for the rest of your life. You never have to worry about money again. That's why it's important for you to hit a millionaire status, because we use that money to grow money for you every single year for the rest of your life. You never have to work a job you don't want to work again. You never have to do something you don't want to do. You want to go on vacation, you can make it happen. And the best part is, if you come into our program, we show you how to do this tax-free. So you don't have to pay taxes on that $90,000 either. All right. So this is how simple it is. And it is simple, but it's not always easy. Okay. So hope you enjoy this. If you want to reach out and connect and book a call with us, moneycoachmike.com/call, or connect with your coach, who's probably already connected with you, reach back out to them, talk to them about more about how we can get you into transforming your finances and transforming your life. That's what this is about. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.